beaches of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful day in the far north of Maine, up along the Canadian border, in the crown of Maine, and I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are as well. We're going to play window up, window down today because it's gorgeous, and I want to be out there, and the sun is just moving to where I'm going to get nice and toasty warm. We live where the cold hurts our face, and we have to take a lot of vitamin D up here. It's not medical advice, YouTube. It's just what I have to do living on the border of Canada. I'm having a bad hair day. I know. It's just absolutely abhorrent that I would show up on camera looking like this. For those of you who have been with my podcast for a while, you know I'm doing the grow old gracefully thing. I was going to the hair guru, who is also a personal best friend of mine. So it's not like we wanted to do the Arctic Fox, that silvery gray that all the young girls are sporting, that all the older girls are sporting. It looks absolutely gorgeous. We knew that by bleaching the hair, because the hair was compromised from my sickness in 2021, all my hair fell out. I had such a high fever. And it really compromised and damaged my hair, and I'm just getting the length back. My hair was much longer than this when it fell out. And she's been with me every step of the way, and she's like, do we really have to do the Arctic Fox thing? And I'm like, yes, I need it. I absolutely need it. So we started with the 18-month transition. And, you know, we were going to bleach it out and put silver highlights in and all that good stuff. And eventually I turned into this gorgeous silver gray. I'm going to end up salt and pepper because we had to stop bleaching the hair because I got a chemical haircut round 2. Luckily, in November, she said, listen, we're going to let your roots grow out naturally and see where we're going with this and then do a color blend when we figure out what your hair is going to do all on its own. So I just been having a day because my hair is 42,000 colors. I go from orange to big bird yellow to a beautiful, which is what I wouldn't mind it all being, a platinum. And it's just crazy. And now I call it the cocoa brown in my hair, and my hair comes in dark brown, and it's maddening. So I went back this morning into my video catalog from this summer, and I was rereading the comments from women who have decided to also go gray naturally and give me support. I've decided to go cold turkey and not tone and not dye it some different color, and it just, some days are better than others. It's not vanity. People mistake it for vanity. It's not. Women upkeep themselves for self-esteem purposes, and it's always mistaken for vanity. You don't want to grow old, so on and so forth. And really, it's not that. If you go out into public looking like a dish rag, people treat you like a dish rag, a dirty old day old dish rag. And there is a definite attitude shift. I have gone into, believe it or not, the bank where they know me, and I have gotten a certain attitude when I go in completely coated with barn gunk. Then I go in looking very professional and doing the business I got to do in there for our company, and I'm treated a totally different way. So there you have it. It happens at Dunkin' Donuts, it happens at the Dollar Tree, it happens everywhere you go. If you look disheveled, people treat you like a dirty old dish rag. And if you look good, people treat you with respect. That's just how it goes. Human nature, I guess. So that's what it is. It is not vanity. It is self-esteem. But I read my comments, and they uplifted my spirit once again, and I'm going to slog through this thing. So thank you, ladies, who commented on previous videos. If you're listening to me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and now Pandora, think about subscribing to my channel. Dump me in your playlist. Variety show. Talk about a different topic every day. If you don't want to hear today's topic, just swipe on by. I'll be back in your playlist tomorrow with something new to say. Give me a 5-star rating on the audio only. And if you are on YouTube and you have subscribed to my channel, thank you. I have earned your subscription, and I am elated to have done that. You guys are the real MVPs to this channel. Without you, I'm a crazy old lady on the Canadian border screaming into the abyss. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Any attention's good attention. Comment in the comment section. I do read them and comment back. I'm on all social medias in the description, and I am on Rumble, Coffee with Kerri-Lynn, no hyphen, Coffee with Kerrilynn, no hyphen on Rumble. And we are going to be talking about the WHO Global Pandemic Treaty. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, they are ramping stuff up all over the place, but they are especially ramping stuff up in our country it's springtime. So they are tilling the earth, getting ready to plant the seeds of fear into our brains, because we do not function well as human beings from a state of fear. Fear not only makes you foggy in thought, but it also screws up your immune system so that you are feeling constantly not well, constantly low, constantly down, because when all of your immunity and all of your high vibes are suppressed, you're a little more complacent, and if you think and react through a state of fear, you get the nonsense that we got during the 2020-2021 reign. Now, what is this pandemic treaty all about? Well, the WHO just wants to get everybody on the same page. So this treaty, long story short, how we have to talk about it here on these channels because we're not over on the other channel that we can actually talk about things. So we're going to sound a little idiotic for a while. Rest assured, I do know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. So what this treaty is going to do is, because we watched the failures of countries, our country, on all different levels with the pandemic, it could have been much worse than it was because everybody had their own way of doing things. We watched our government begin, and they shut things down on advice of our bigwig medical sciencey people. We watched the FDA, the CDC, the XYZ, the PDQ, the FBI, the CIA, the LMNOP, say what they needed to say and take the country in the direction they wanted it to be taken in. And then authority was kicked down to states, and states did their own thing, and states had their own way of handling people who did not want to play the game, so to speak. And we watched in this country and around the world, in many, many countries, that there was two groups. People were split. Communities were tore. Families were severed. Because we had the haves and the have-nots. And people were actually very angry at each other. And some people were angry, some people were shaking their head. But the states figured out how to coerce and convince the have-nots to participate in the game. And what they did is they made up rules. They shut things down. Some states did this. And then they opened things up for the people that had things. And if you didn't have a certain thing, you weren't allowed to participate. You were not allowed to patronize. And that was just the facts of it. And some people, their jobs were coerced. Some people right out from underneath them. It's just a fact of what happened. And other states in our country did their thing and was like, hey, we ain't playing your game either. So now everything has to go under one solution. And the WHO is going to be the authority on that solution, because according to the way of the world, things could have ended very more disastrously because there wasn't a unification. Everybody was doing their own thing. Things could have probably ended much sooner had everybody listened to the World Health Organization authority, and we would have sailed through things much more quickly. So now we have the WHO Global Pandemic Treaty. Now the countries are going to reconvene on April 29th to May 10th, and decisions will be made after May 10th. The different countries are coming in and they're renegotiating and negotiating their participation. And in the United States, we are going to have, our politicians are going to vote on this at the end of May. And we have Republicans saying nay and Democrats saying yay. And a lot of fear coming back into the fold. So, like I said, if you think from a place of fear, you just want things to stop. You just want things to end. And a lot of people just don't have the aptitude to pay attention to what is going on. Not in this country. They don't have it globally either. They're wore out, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. They just want it to end, so they ignore it and hope it goes away. So they are ramping the fear up. We have H5N1 in our country. I did a video on it last week. Go watch the video. It's not doing well because it's not a topic YouTube wants me to talk about. And audio only doesn't want me to talk about it either. So that video is being suppressed, and we know this because that's just how you play the game. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, we have cattle, we have dairy cows, we have chickens in our country that have contracted H5N1. We have one of the largest poultry egg producers in our country had to cull their flock because one bird had it. We have a farmer down in Texas that contracted H5N1, got himself some pink eye. It is important that we, the citizens of the United States, we, the little people, understand from the people that know everything how to handle the H5N1. Steak now needs to be cooked well done to, well, medium well to well done, because that is the only safe way to consume a steak. Now, if you're going to well done your steak, you might as well throw it in the bin, but you do what you got to do to make sure you do not contract H5N1. I'm just passing information on. Don't shoot the messenger. Eggs. Eggs will need to now be hard-boiled or scrambled, because it is not good for you to have soft-boiled eggs or runny yolked eggs, because we have H5N1 in this country. Milk, you know, they'll get to that shortly. Right now, the milk from the herd that have had a few dairy cows test positive for H5N1, that milk is not going on the market for your consumption. Things are going to get pricey and dicey, and we're just all going to have to deal with it. We've decided also, and a little more fear factor to add to the repertoire, we're not going to refill our U.S. oil reserves because that's going to be expensive. So you know what? The gas pump. That's where it's going to get you. And when they get you at the gas pump, they get the trucking industry, they get the grocery industry, and now we have these absolute, very important guidelines to eat your beef and consume your eggs in a safe manner. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, rest assured that there will be a global pandemic treaty, and rest assured, in some way, shape, or form, the United States is going to participate in it. And rest assured, it is 2024. I've always believed that the impossible was possible. And I had lofty goals and dreams in my life. People would say, you know, Kerr, that's a little impossible. You know, take it down a notch, get it on a level that you can get into reality with and make it happen. And I always believed the impossible was possible. So I always hit my lofty goals and aspirations. However, that phrase has become something else in 2024. I just you wake up and it's like, wow, I didn't think that was going to happen. But hey, the impossible really is possible in 2024. Things are happening, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. Fear is being ramped up as usual because it has to be, because it's the only way you do not think clearly. And as we get closer to the election, I can guarantee you 100,000% that it's going to get worse all over the place. Whether it's globally, whether it's in this country, it's just going to be mind-boggling, the shenanigans that are going to happen, the things we are going to get to report on. And I don't know. There's really no clear, simple win situation in 2024. It's not going to happen. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Either way, somebody's not going to be happy. Either way, things are going to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, be the kindness you want to see in this world. And remember, carpe diem, because no one promised you a tomorrow.